All right, Devils, happy Friday. Oh, let's see, it's 1 o'clock for me here in Austin, and we're take a look at Bitcoin. I've got a few alts teed up here that showing some potential, but all of crypto seems to be, we're kind of in this holding pattern where we get a push, we trend consolidate, right? It's a very, very typical market action, but it's very, very consistent across the entire space. So it's two steps up, sideways, two steps up, sideways. And here I've just highlighted some things here, just very obvious, right? I mean, so we have this long 6-month consolidation here where we just go sideways, but we do get a nice premise being that this is 1, sideways 2. Now, have we topped here? At first glance, the tendency, I think, is to think, oh, we're going sideways, so likely a 4, and there's another leg to come. That would be my inclination here as well. Although the subdivision here, if you got your Elliott hat on, this is often the case with Bitcoin. It's open to a little bit of interpretation. I mean, certainly, you could have a 3-4 in here. Oh, shit. Here, something like this. Now that kind of creates some problems for us here, but you actually, I mean, you could finish it here. Oh, let's see. How would I? Here, let me just draw it. Probably should have done this here. 1, 2. Oh shit! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm going to move that over. Let's go down a degree here, and let's put that in. Oh, here we'll put it in white so we can spot it here. Now, this is so part of that is one. We're going sideways here, and if this is going to be the 4, the subdivision here is again it's tricky. So if we're here, the reason I think this is a contender here that we might want to just be mindful of is that I can get a 5 to finish here. I can get a diag to finish. Oh, this is just all wick rejection here. So it would likely, you'd have it here in ABC, 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 AB, well, to simplify it. So to label it up, 1, 2, let's go here, 3, 4, 5. Now the 5th, ABC. Oh, let's take you up. Let's take you down a degree. How about that? Let's go here and something that'll stand out here. Something yellow. Do I love it? The market doesn't always give you just what you're looking for. I think this is a little bit of a hurry up and wait here. I mean, this. Okay, so if you're looking at this now and you're not in Bitcoin and you're looking for an entry. Well, buying in this consolidation, probably not your best bet. Likely you're better off here to let it, either we're going to come out of this consolidation and start to trend again, which has been the case, right? Consolidate, trend, consolidate. Do we come out of here? Do I like this count here? I do not, right? It's but I can't ignore it, right? So something like this to finish it up. We'd be at 127, 1382 here if I pull this back here and stay in arithmetic. Oh, so for 1, 2, just always a good idea to measure. Just get some reference. If that's a 1, that's a 2 here. If I bring it over here, right in the pocket here, second most common. 1, 2, 3. It's a candidate, right? We can't eliminate that. That would suggest, and additionally, part of that here is that we stay self-contained. If we start to push too much here relative to this 2, if this is 1, 2, if we get a leading diag here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very tiny little 2. This as the 4, right? If we're trying to make this the 4 and the 3 up here, we're starting to lose that balance here that I think is important for an Elliottician, trying to get your best estimate when it gets tricky like this. So. I'll also add the channeling. Come here. Something along, like this. All self-contained here. Now you want to be careful of something like this where it's 1, 2, 3, and then we get a long 4 here, right? We lose that channeling that is so critical to a good impulse. And it's not that it doesn't happen, right? That we don't go sideways and then have another lift off to complete. It's just what all we're looking for is high probabilities, right? Where we can get the slight edge here. And if we start to push too far to the side here, I think we're more likely to retrace here because I can get this nice self-contained. Again, the finish is a little sloppy, but long, well, think of it this way, cause and effect, right? That's kind of Wyckoff approach, right? Long cause, here's the effect. Now, let's see if I got anything below. On a 4 hour here. This, let me just open this up here. Hang on a second. All right, I just doubled these, right? When it's that choppy and you don't get that good separation here, instead of being a 534 or 535, depending on how you set it. Typically, 534 is just being fib numbers. But I just went to a 1070. So I get a little bit better. Well, of course, the one thing we spot now, right, is this that divergence there. Get out of there. And then you make a case that it continues on here as we get more divergence. So this would be your impulsive push, the first push, the 3, 4, 3 of 5, topped. Hard to argue with that as a contender, right? Now, I'm not saying that is the count, right? I'm never here saying that my count is the count. I'm just looking at this technically saying, okay, I don't want to ignore this because I'm bullish. Right? So if we're going to start to retrace, well, this is not necessarily a bad news, right? Now, again, we talked about this on the live stream on Wednesday. I get it. I'm long as hell too, right? It's just human nature. You want it to keep going. Like, oh, come on, keep going. So if it stalls and we start to retrace, that shouldn't be a sense of disappointment. You should recognize its opportunity. So each one of these little consolidations here, and all I've done is just take the fixed range from the proposed swing low here to the swing high and go, okay, well, pretty obvious where we consolidate, and we're doing it again. Now, we've had a little pump up here, right? So I'd like to think we all know here, certainly members, we know what happened here, right? Breakout traders, fortunately, there's always a new crop of them that have yet to learn this, right? They buy it, and how did the market treat them? They will learn eventually, or they'll blow out their account, right? Sooner or later, one of two things happen. Either you stop buying breakouts, or you blow your account out and you move on to another undertaking. Let's call it that way, right? You will not survive buying that, right? You just won't. You don't have to take my word for it. Test it yourself, right? If you've got a great track record being a breakout trader, post it under the video. I'd like to see it. Right? I'm going to guess that'd be a very, very small percentage, particularly in crypto. Well, anything. The one market where breakouts, bull market will do well is in equities. But for the most part here, it's just you're just asking to get bent over there. So now you look back here and say, well, what about this one, right? Well, what about this one? Yes, right. I've said this many, many times, right? Breakouts have to happen, right? They have to happen successfully or we go sideways forever. My point is always, 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 this is not where you enter the market, right? You have to wait for a retrace, right? If you can't wait, you're in the wrong business, right? And that's very much what we're seeing right here. If you look across crypto, this is going to require patience, right? So everybody's like, oh, fucking ETF's coming, boom, 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 right? We're going to go. The market, it's not that easy. It will challenge you. So that's what's happening right here, right? Everybody's thinking, well, okay, the ETF's coming, so crypto is going to rip. Well, of course, not all crypto. It's the same. There's good contention. There are good contenders here, I should say it that way, for those with a strong use case to experience a positive 2024. But if you're just a meme coin, I don't even look at those, right? I don't go near them, right? They're just trading vehicle. There's no long-term use case, right? It's just for pumping and dumping, so a dangerous place to operate if you're trying to trade for the long term. So with all of that said here, we can't be definitive about where we are in this count. What we can say is long cause, and here's the effect. And we push, we consolidate, we push, we consolidate. And you're seeing that. I mean, you could really, if If I bring this back here to an 8 hour, you can say the same thing about all this down here, which we've looked at before, right? Long cause. Here's the, if you want to think Wyckoff, right? Consolidate. Here's the spring. Up we go, right? So now we go consolidate, consolidate. Now push, consolidate, consolidate. Right? You see, this is the nature of how markets move. From the contraction, consolidation, comes the expansion, right? It's just universal law, right? It's how the markets operate. So again, a long cause, pretty good effect, long cause, right? See, we're right on top of each other. So this, here's a good example, right? I know it's hindsight. The people that bought here, how did that work out for them? Now you can tell maybe they stayed, right? How about the people that sold here? Well, what would be more ideal, right? I know, again, trust me, I trade every day, so I understand the hindsight factor here. But when you're in a range like this, as hard as that would be, seeing that the liquidity being grabbed up there, you want to sell here and buy here, right? Again, I know hindsight, but if you're evaluating here, where's the better risk reward? If you shorted here and then it took off, well, you're out quickly, right? Small loser. If you buy it here on the breakout, where's your stop? Maybe you're using a pivot down here. Well, it's over pretty quickly. Are you using it down here? Boy, that risk reward is ugly, right? You're anticipating something massive that's going to come from this breakout. Same thing down here. Sweep the liquidity, right? Here's the lows, right? Just grab them, go, right? So the short, if you're a buyer here and it rolls over again, you're out quickly. If you're a seller here, it's the same thing, right? Where's your stop? Here, here. It shouldn't be something that I have to spend that much time on. I shouldn't. I'm here. I'm choosing to do it, but people do it so repeated. It's just nonstop, right? There's always another new trader who read some book about grab a breakout, and fortunately for us, they don't. There's still a new crop of them coming every year. Okay, so with all that said, now as we look up here, it kind of looks like the same thing is happening here. Right? Again, how'd the breakout work out for these people, right? Not too well. Now they could still be in. We don't know. That liquidation wick there may have cleared out some of them, depending, right? The people trading with leverage, right? They're likely got spanked there. Kind of a good example of why that's a high risk way to approach the market with that kind of leverage, or something that you might want to stick with for longer term. But if you're just day trading, have at it, have fun. So what to do here? Well, things we know for sure, right, is from this consolidation is going to come expansion. Which way is it coming? Personally, I would prefer it sell off and come back down to something like this, low mid 30s. If we're complete here, how would this be bad news? We're retracing, right? Well, if nothing else, it would give us some sense of where we are. Give me that. I'll take that all day long. Right back into some of this consolidation. Back to a 50 where I know, right? I don't have to wonder. I don't have to think, God, I hope the algo kicks in. I know the algo will fire there. This would be good news. Oh shit, I can buy it under 38 or 40. Bring it. Please. What a nice setup for the ETFs, which are eventually going to come, right? This is the, it's coming, it's not coming. Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's paused. It's, I read that, may not make a difference. Oh, I read that it's already factored in. Oh, I read that it's not factored in, right? This is it's the same shit. I read the same shit you do, right? Nobody knows. Don't let anyone ever tell you they know, right? At least in the short term. Long term, I tell you, there's no knowing, but I have a high degree of confidence that Bitcoin will be higher than, where do we hear? 46,000 3 years from now. That I'm willing to bet a large amount of my capital on. So, how about you? Right? You have the same conviction? If you do, okay, what are you looking for? You're looking for a good entry, right? We don't want to buy when it's climbing. We want to buy when it's correcting. All right, so that, I think, is all I've got to say about Bitcoin. Not much else to do until we get a little more clarity. I mean, this is the entire hot. So when we start here, here's early December. So this is all of December. It's not uncommon for markets to consolidate during that period of time. Now, Bitcoin has a history of being of pumping during December. We just didn't. Well, did we get it? Well, we came from 36 and got up to 46. Nothing to sneeze at. Okay, all right. Let me keep moving here. So, I've got 4 or 5 alts here that very similar, right? So Bitcoin's doing this. You can anticipate Ethereum's doing it, and all the majors are doing it. So let me bear with me here. I'll bring up a few things here to take a peek at. Okay, so I'm going to start with AVAX, and I'm onto this chart as a result of a website that I've mentioned here before. I use it often, and that is Altfins, right? So I'm over here on Altfins, altfins.com. We do have a relationship with them. I have a link in our link tree if you want to support the channel, or if you don't care where you get it from, that'd be a nice thing to do. If you don't, so be it, right? It's no hard feelings. I recommend this because it's quality product, right? So I come over here and I go to, this is a very full, you can trade from within it. It's a very full featured product. I'm very, very happy with it. So you can come in here and just go, okay, technical analysis. This is what I do often, right? Okay, so what am I looking for? Pullbacks. I'm a retracement trader, right? I would encourage you to consider being the same. Okay, so top of the list, pullback in an uptrend, AVAX. Okay, well let's look at it. Pretty good, right? Now, so here's our low. Well, it's kind of the same thing. It's 1, 2, looks like that's some sort of a 4. It's very, very 4-like. It's a pretty good rip-roaring push off of the low. Oh, but God, I can't remember if we can actually get this. I don't think we can, actually. I don't think I can go the one. No, I can't. Can't go 1, 2. Nope, it breaks it. Right, I can't go. It's too bad, right? 1, 2 would have been nice, but I can't. So you've got to start here, right? That's a hard rule. There is no breaking that rule. There is no accommodating that rule. I don't care if it traded here, it broke the low, right? So we have to start here. So where's your 2? Again, it's not Elliott crypto here. It's not always going to give you what you want. So sometimes you just have to make do and go with, okay, well, based on what I can see here. Oh, let's go to an 8 here. Based on what I can see here. Okay, 3, 4, 5, right? So it would make me think that because we consolidate here. So same thing here. Let me get this off here. I'll bring that back. It's the same thing. Okay, so we consolidate here. We're rip roaring. Oh, you could do the same essentially. Oh, come here. Although it's a little bit different here, only in that it's fading here. So we get a deeper push down here before we launch, right? So this is all, it's one tick, right? So the stops were, the people that were stopped out here, God, I feel for you, man. It's tough one, right? Because that would have been a good start. Your stop is, where's your stop going to be, right? Right into the low, right? So I get it by a tick, right? It just happens, right? Welcome to the party, right? That's how it goes. So we with that said, okay, well, then you'd be looking here. That's an 8 hour. You'd be looking, saying, okay, well, where's the next pullback, right? Where's my next 50 so I can get in? Well, it doesn't give it to you. Doesn't give it to you. Maybe you make a case here, but only in hindsight are you thinking that's the 2. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 1, 2. Jesus, 3, 4, 5, if you're lucky. Then from here, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that looks like a 4. So you're kind of working backwards. Okay, 4, 3. Where's your 2? Here. To some degree, it doesn't matter. Really, does it? Right? Is there any argument that we have an impulse here? Impulsive price action? No, right? So don't get caught up in that. Well, it didn't have a perfect 2, right? That's if you're a trader, that shouldn't matter to you, right? Now we're looking for an edge, so I can see that I finished with a clean 5, right? And I roll over with a 5, so it looks like I got an A, B, C, and perhaps coming down a little bit lower. It's kind of the same idea here. Where would you anticipate that you might get some support? If I did the same thing, just as I did with Bitcoin, let's just draw it up, right? Why wouldn't you do that? Well, lo and behold, right? You almost don't need to, right? It's so obvious, right? POC right here. Okay, well, here's the another one, little consolidation, right? Where you see this right here. So these are all areas. See, it's like order blocks, right? So an order block shouldn't be just like a random, oh, it's the last down before we went up, right? There should be evidence that there was size there, right? That's how we know it's a good order block. You want to have whales in there, or at least BIFs, right? Banks, institutions, funds, something to where you've got evidence here that some volume was here rather than just, oh, well, there's a down candle. you want to see that evidence, right? So they're not just random boxes. Oh, down candle, order block. A little more to it than that. Now, coming out of this, we get displacement, you get imbalances. So all of this, right, was I've been talking about. And I would tell you, while I'm not a fan of everything he does, ICT, that is his great contribution to technical analysis, is identifying what the modern algos are doing, right? They're either seeking liquidity, as you see here, or they're rebalancing, right? With that alone, right, his contribution is secure as a legend in TA, right? I will give him that. Okay, so whatever. Consolidation, more consolidation, more consolidation. Okay, do we have a lot of conviction here? Well, it's not the same kind of conviction you'd have if you had this, right? Not the same. But if we try and plant this on top of it, going 3, 4, boy, it's a big 5. Okay, well now note I am in log scale, right? So it's not like it gets a lot better if I come out of log scale. 1, 2, maybe, right? You need a 3, 4, 5 of the 1. 2, maybe it's complex. 1, 2, 3, 4, big finish with a 5, right? So I'm kind of just working backwards. 3, 4, right? Okay, so let's out of log, so we have a reference. Okay. Where would we like to see that come? Well, there's 29. What do we got here? 35, 32. Does that look like it's done? No, let's go to a 2 here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. It looks like it's A, B, C into a B here. I think that's just shy of a 50 if I come off this, right? Just using our tools, right? No, pardon me. It's right to the 50 for that B. A, B, C into the B. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of big for a 4 relative to that 2. So, that sure looks like a 3. So it looks like it's got one more to come down. It's not a pretty, it's not the kind of balance you'd hope for, but just looking at it, okay, we already got the first algo target. We come back here and get second, right where I want to see it. 29-ish. It's one for your watch list. Oh, I might put an alert here. Oh, shit, I've got them on in here. I've got a bunch of them on already. Let's use that high volume node. Oh, shit, come here. An alert on here. So I'm just using that high volume spike here as an alert. So that way, okay, it's teed up. Got it in a watch list. Don't need to worry about it. I'm just going to sit and wait because I'm not really interested in buying here. Now, if it starts to go on off of this, if this ends up being it could be maybe it's an ABC and we get into a diag, or so maybe, right? It's probably, actually just looking at it, it's probably technical. Looks like it probably is. I'm right on that. Okay, ABC into that. Now, but that's not much of a 1. First, that's all liquidation, right? It's all wick. Here's where we consolidate. So consolidate, little push, back to refill. This is, oh shit. I mean, you could just, all of this vapor, right? This is just liquidate, just out. Everybody's stopped out. Okay, can we rebuild again? Well, that's not the start that I would put money at risk on, right? I would not trade this off of the idea that I've got a diag starting. It's not good enough, right? Why take? The only reason you would do that is FOMO, right? Which is never a good idea to trade off of that. If it's going to start to rally here, there will be other retracements that will be an opportune time to participate in getting long here. But it's okay on the radar. Good way to look at it, right? But it's often the case here when it comes around to Friday. I don't necessarily always have something that's teed up and ready to go. But boy, they're juicy. I'm kind of waiting for that. I'm glad to see the retracements. Let me keep going here. What else do I have? So that's AVAX. We looked at this is another one from AltFins, right? Another. Oh, where are they? Compound here, right? So bullish pullback in an uptrend. That's what I'm looking for. Pullbacks in uptrends. Oh, how nice, right? They've organized them all for me here, and I can just quickly, so I can go to compound if I want to look at it. Oh, I get a quick pop up of this. It's a great product. Great. It's not inexpensive, but it's not break the bank expensive. Depends on what program you do, and they do some promotion. Again, I did I wanted a piece of it, so I actually bought their crypto and gave them cash and crypto because I wanted a big piece of it. Okay, I digress. Okay, so back over to compound. Okay, same thing. Big, right? So very Wyckoffy in here. Accumulate, pop. How'd the breakout go? Oh, not so good, right? So what's market structure 101? Okay, we want to buy in the discount. We don't want to sell in the premium. Or pardon me, we don't want to buy in the premium. We want to sell up here. Well, if I have a clean 5 that comes out of here, I'm getting bullish, but I sure as hell don't. I can recognize, oh, hey, well, let's see. I'm on a daily. Let's go to a 4. Okay, this is where the Elliott, it's almost it really is an unfair advantage. Oh, that's got to move over here, right? Okay, come on. This is almost too easy. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I get a 5. Look at that divergence. The Elliott oscillator is literally telegraphing it to me. Oh, I got a completed impulse. And of course, right, remember, and this is so critical to it. I want a good channel. I want a self-contained channel. When I'm breaking out of that, I know I'm another swing, another leg. Something else is happening here. Okay, so from all of that, right now, that's a deep retracement. That's deeper than you would have anticipated. You might have been thinking, oh, maybe we're done here. Oh, God. All right, so this is just nature of the markets, right? So here, I guarantee you someone sold it there, right? How did it work out? Just never where you enter any more than what you would enter up here, any more than entering up here. You have to wait for these, and then you get the retracement. Now, I know, right? Oh, that's so much easier in hindsight. Yeah, obviously. But the point is, when you see this next time, don't think, oh, I'm going to buy it here because we're going to keep going. Well, I got a 5. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for a 3. Right? Would that have been it right here? I suppose possible. But given that, are we going to be done that quickly? The odds are not, right? And I don't have really a good B. I don't have a good, even if you're thinking A, B, C, I don't have a great C there. It's too quick, right? So you've got to just let the thing percolate a little bit more. Now, if it goes, okay, well, what would that mean? Well, you'd have to change your count, right? So we'd have another up here, this, and then the 4 is here. The 4 is here, and now you're relabeling the whole thing. Maybe, not crazy. But as we sit here now looking at it, it makes perfect sense. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? All the divergence, right? Everything that you could look for to help identify where I've got a completed impulse. It's all there. Okay, A, B, C, come down here, sweep the lows, and oh, up we go. Well, now it looks like we've gone into a diag. So I've got 5 swings here. So the Elliott is useful to me here, right? It just as, oh, I guess I'm going to go back to an 8. Where do I want to be a buyer? Discount. What did we just do? Put a toe in. So, okay, are we done there? Maybe not. 1, 2, 3. Looks a bit more like A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one more leg down here. So if I was labeling that, oh, I'd likely be looking for something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on down. It's all wick down here, so we don't necessarily know, but look how it pops. Come in, right back out. Now, that would be equally imbalanced, right? Okay, I got look at the length of time here of this. We're going to be done, right? If this comes down here, we're going to be done. We're going to finish all of this right here. Maybe. Of everything we're looking at here, I don't. If we finish right here, I don't know that I'd be anxious to get into that on the assumption that that's there. Again, length of time. So time has to be a factor. I mean, Gann is famous for saying time more important than price. And as an Elliottian, you're looking for that balance, right? Same thing. It's the same thing here, right? It looked like it was. Shit. I guess that's a 3. Could that be over? Right. So if we look here, so if it does come down here and we get a C, my first thought would be, well, it's not enough time. WXY. That's what I'd be thinking. Now, I could be completely dead ass wrong, but I'd feel much more comfortable just based on having traded this method for so many years, just knowing that time balance is off. So I'm not as enthusiastic about putting money at risk here off of that 'cause it's too soon. It just is, right? Now that doesn't mean that it couldn't go off to the moon from here, but be picky. Know the trades that you're looking for and that you like. What are the conditions that are important to you? I want that channeling to be self-contained. I want there to be enough time in the retracement so I don't feel like, oh shit, I'm too early. And you really, you're going to be done right there? After all of this cause, that's all the effect I'm going to get? I think not. Right, so I think there's much more to come here. So if we go, let's go back out to a daily, and you kind of look. All right, that's a whole lot of accumulation. Okay, it's an attempt. We're trying again. Now I would not want to see it do this, right? Obviously, that's too far down here. Although, let's talk about the ideal spot to buy it. But we'd invalidate here. Well, we're going to invalidate right here. Right. Bring it over. Right, we're invalidate here, so it can't be a 1. Now you got to rethink the whole thing. I'm not as concerned about that happening. I want a little more time here. That's all. A lot of accumulation here. That's a lot of cause. Already we're back in. Wasn't enough, right? Wasn't enough. Cause and effect. Okay, so that's compound. Oh, let's see. What else do I have here? Well, we looked at Bitcoin. Let's look at VeChain real quick. I'm going to do it in 31 minutes. Now, this is an alert. I think we had done this. We looked at this weeks and weeks ago on a live stream, and I'd set an alert, and it popped off. I think it was yesterday that we had started the retrace here. So, okay, well, kind of the same thing here. There's all this consolidation here. Oh, I suppose you could do it this way. I hate that part. I hate that part right there. I could look at it this way. Okay, well, I've got this nice little consolidate. Oh, maybe. Are we going? No. Now we're going. Looks like some sort of combo here because that's 3, 3, 3. Okay, right. It's deep for the 2. Now we're down into this is all just wick down here. But are we buying in the discount? Yes, we are. 1, 2. Oh, well, it wasn't quite the 3 you're looking for there, but look at the kicker I've got here. I suppose there's a possibility here if we look down below here, this being the big momentum push here. This is actually a good example here of why these two work well together, because with an RSI, I don't get that sense. I don't get the same sense of divergence here, or this push being so much stronger than this one. RSI, I'm just over 80. That's why these two blend well together. I can see that I'm overdone here. I'm coming back to 50, just like this is important here. When we go into, if this is 1, 2, 3, well, then you'd be relabeling this. Oh shit! I suppose we could do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you don't want to go there just yet, okay? Because this is perfectly valid count, right? It's just got an extension in the fifth of the third. Consolidate, consolidate, pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just couldn't be any cleaner, right? And we got just a beautiful, beautiful channel that takes that up right here. So all self-contained. Now we start the retracement as we break out of that. Okay, let's see where we might be coming. Well, if this is 1, 2, and this is going to hold is the way I'm going to continue to label this impulse. Okay, well, let's go for a wave 4 here. Right on the channel, right in the structure. What's not to like there? We'd like to see this come down a little bit lower, right? We're mid squeeze, right? If we came down here, that wouldn't be any sort of a problem. We don't what we don't want is it going too far like this, right? When you're looking for a 4, you want it to kind of stay close to. That's why those bands are there, kind of keep it contained. We don't want a big drop like that, right? That it suggests that likely something else is happening. 3, 4, got a little structure here. I mean that. Oh, I'd do the same thing over here. Always good, right? Use the tools. Okay. It's not as glaring right here. well, here's your value area here. Maybe we're going deeper. Maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to hold up here because we'd be, oh, if that were the case, we'd be right here is the 2. We'd be at the 38. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the suggestion would be 1, 2, 3, 4. This would have more to go, right? To be the 3, 4, 5. One to watch, right? But right now that channeling is holding it, so I don't see any reason to change it. If I'm forced to change it, high class problem. Bring this back to that proposed 2. See, it's tempting to want to change it because you're bullish, right? Or maybe you're in it and you're long. You're like, oh, okay, no, that's the 3. Make the market prove it to you. Don't assumptions with anything. It gets you in trouble. Right? Make the market prove it to you. Make it invalidate something or prove, okay, well, it cannot be. So that's one of the beautiful things about Elliott Wave, right? I think people don't appreciate as much as they should. It's the if it can't be this, and then it must be that. And if it can't be that, it must be this. Right? Those kind of hard rules will guide your technical analysis, whether you're focused fully on Elliott Wave or you're doing sort of as we are morphing in now into more of a combo of market structure and Elliott Wave. I mean, as I've said many times, you cannot trade Elliott Wave without trading market structure. You can't do it. You can trade market structure and not be trading Elliott Wave. But you can't, Elliott Wave, break of structure, retrace, break of structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's all the same. It's all the same things. Just we're labeling it with numbers rather than break of structure, change of character, fair value gap. Right? All of that, they all play well together. Right? That's why it's very much on the forefront of my mind. Is that's the focus of the entire brown belt. Is how those two work hand in hand. It's coming, guy. I know I got a few guys waiting for it. Getting closer. Okay, that's. I think I got one more here, so bear with me a sec. Indeed, Cardano. All right, so I'm over here on Kraken. For us U.S. residents, it's getting skinny on where you can trade. What do we got? We got Coinbase, Kraken, Bitstamp. Oh, there's a few fringers out there where you can still get away with it, but that's likely not going to last. 1, 2. So this was, I remember why I wanted to do this one. This is also tricky. It's forcing you to make that same, you've got to make oh, here, I got a bunch of market structure on here, so hang on a second. Let's pull that out here. Okay, so same idea. A lot of accumulation. A lot. I mean, where would we start there? October of 22. What's going on with the court case? What's going on with the SEC? Oh, we're positive resolution. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I do have a pretty large position here, so just full disclosure. Why would that make sense here? It's, again, just as we've been talking about, this is a whole lot of cause. Is that all the effect we're going to get out of that? My guess is there's more to come. Now, where are we in the count? It's tempting to think, oh, okay, so this, because we're kind of going sideways again, right? You say, oh, okay, we're not progressing the trend, so it must be 4-ish. But with a closer look at that, I think you got to be careful about that, right? So what would we be doing there if, let's use this one. If this were 1, 2, 3, and we're going 4 here, look what's happening to the channeling, right? Now, is it possible that we're going to come out way out here? Yes, it's possible. But I don't want to go there first, right? I go there second. Like market, as I was just saying, market's got to prove it to me. Okay, so let's get that out of there. So right now, from what I can see, what I've got to work with, oh shit. 1, 2, 3. I got a perfect 3 here, and then I get it's very close, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets me done. What did I complete? 1. Well, if this is all, it almost doesn't matter how you label this. I mean, it really doesn't. To be perfectly honest with you. Okay, here's our lowest low. Don't get caught up in like, oh shit, how do I label that? Now, okay, right? If you're in one of our belt courses, we might test you here, but I doubt that's one we'd use because it doesn't really matter what this is. I don't care. Truly, I don't care. I'm just not about the academics. All right, I'm a trader first, an Elliottian second. Right, so fuck, I don't care. I really don't care what it is. Here, what can I see? I get something impulsive, I get a retracement. I get something impulsive, I get a retracement. Impulsive, retracement. Do I have a 5? Yeah, I have a 5. Do I have a 3? Yeah, I have a 3. Could I be wrong here? Well, of course, right? But there's not a great looking finish here. The finish here, it looks like it's A, B, C, right? So I've got a series of 3s, maybe a 5 here. 3, 3. It looks like that's just a straight pump up here. So I just don't like it enough to push it off and say, oh, 5 is still yet to come. It could be, right? So as I just said, I'll let the market prove it to me. Right here, okay, that 4 to that 2, okay, take this a little bit fatter, wider. This is very sharp. That's all wick, by the way. I will stay with this until I see what comes next. Now, this looks like it's putting in a 5 here, as we've just put in a new low here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the God MA, right? Average of the 200 EMA and SMA, right? I like it. It just saves a little bit. Proxy for the Vegas wave, just saves a little screen real estate. If this is the 2, 3, 4, 5, how do we do here, right? So you want to check and say, okay, well, how does it look relative to what we typically do? Can that be any more perfect? Perhaps not. A, B, right? If we're going to keep going, this is, consider these to be tells. There's a lot of stops up there. They couldn't get them. Not enough buyers to take that out, right? Sweep that liquidity. They had no trouble doing it here. Up. Same thing here. Up. They can't get the last one. That would be a tell. All right, that's a tell. All right, where buyers have run out of enthusiasm. So down we go. So that makes me think, oh, A, B, coming down for a C. We don't know, right? Well, all we're looking for is something that I can put my head around and say, okay, if what we're doing is seeking to rebalance or seek liquidity, well, I can look here. So where is it? Where can I find that? Like, what would the algo be looking for? Well, there's the liquidity. Just grabbed it. Are we done? Well, we could be, right? We could be. You've got a new low there. We could be done. We start that off. But then you'd be thinking, boy, that's not deep enough, right? Or it's not as deep as I would like to see it, right? To have more conviction in this as a 2. Oh shit. Sorry, guys. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are we hoping? Hoping, maybe the wrong word, right? What do we anticipate is underway here? 1, 2. So if I can get this down here at 46 range, definitely interested. Right? And we're kind of, what would we be doing? We're just coming right back. That's why breakouts, right? We're coming right back to where we broke out from. All right, if we're coming into the range between the 50 and the golden zone, something like that. Are we going to get that far down? I don't know. Nobody knows. But as it sits there right now, is that like something you want to buy? No, it's an 8 hour. Let's go to a 4. I sure like it better a little bit lower. Because then I can lean into the idea, 1, 2. I can lean into it. Here, is it 3, 4? Not sure. So that's one that I watch, right? And put an alert here. So the fair value gaps here, these are untouched, right? So some of this might get some rebalancing here. There's no real liquidity for it to grab until we get down here or here. So if it's just rebalancing, these would all be in line with that approach to the market that the algos they've grabbed the liquidity. What's next? Where else can it get liquidity? Well, it's going to be a ways down here before it really has any good liquidity to get to down here or here. So what can it do? Rebalance. Would that fit with our interpretation of where we are in that Elliott count? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it would. Okay, guys, that's probably long enough. There's 43. Okay, that's all I got for today. I should be doing this at the beginning, right? Just a reminder, you can always join us Join us for free. You can pop right into our Discord, no charge, right? You want to get access to all the channels and everything else is in there. Well, okay, well, it's a little bit of a monthly expense there, but you can take it 1 month at a time, cancel at any time. You want to get into the belt system, you don't have to pay a monthly for that. You can just buy them outright. So there you go. Okay, hopefully that gives you a few things to think about, and if nothing necessarily that you're jumping on right now, a few things for your watch list. Okay, guys, have a good weekend. I'll be back next week.